you can also do, whilst he can't attack anything, you can. How we work this out, Alan and I? So basically, you can command him to attack. He can't do any damage, but as he attacks a creature, they have to pass a Constitution saving throw. Otherwise, they become incapacitated whilst trying to get hold of this squirrel, sort of ferret up your trousers style.
Okay.
All right. So that's what you've got.
That's brilliant. I'm so looking forward to this. This is going to be lots of fun.
What I'll do as well is I'll put Derek the squirrel. I've just called him Blue Squirrel. I'll put him in your journal.
Thanks.
So you can summon him as and when you need.
I would like to ask around, see if we can get hold of a wagon. If we're supposed to be bringing back some possessions, seems sensible that we might have something to put it in. Put those things in.
So, a bag of holding.
Anyone? Yeah.
So Governor Nighthill.
Appear.
So Governor Nighthill sort of says to you, he's like, to be fair, your main, I would say taking a wagon's probably not a good idea. The whole reason I'm sending you as a small group is because you can be stealthy. I mean, you're gonna have a hard enough time with a panda and a Goliath.
In that case, can we go and have a look at see if we can find any more dead cultists with masks that we can pinch, or if any have been discarded, so that we might make up a fairly convincing panda-ish Goliathist band of cultists.
You managed to find several items from the dead cultists and whatnot. You find a few bits and pieces, but you don't actually find anything that would mark you out as them. This is all pretty standard armor. What you come to the conclusion of, is that even right? The conclusion that you come to is that they won't have worn any uniforms on a raid. This is a raid. They're not going to have been wearing anything like that. So they might have
a mask, though.
You got one mask, yeah. But other than that, yeah, you don't really get anything.
There's just one guy I want to wear my mask.
He's like, I want to wear my mask. Yeah.
I want to wear it.
And like, Steve, if they find out, they're gonna have you. You'll be on a charge. And yeah, no, Steve shouldn't have been wearing his mask, but he did. You know, some people just don't listen.
I have Steve's mask.
And now he's dead, and you've got Steve's mask. Yeah.
Steve dances to beat with own drum.
Him and Francis the crocodile.
Oh, they were such a team.
Oh. Well, hopefully we might find some more crocodiles later on. And before you go on your merry jaunt, you may all level up to level 2.
Is there anyone about that would be able to give me a stick and poke tattoo of Francis the crocodile?
A what?
I could give it a try.
Just a tattoo of the.
Yeah, I mean, you can
brutally slay.
Yeah, whilst you're getting yourself squared away, I suppose someone could try and give you a tattoo.
Pete, are we rolling for health or averaging?
Do what you like, mate. I'll tell you what, I'll be nice.
Average it.
If you decide to roll and it comes in below average, then take the average. So whilst you guys are doing all of that, we will move on to our next thing. Oh, actually, just a thought. What we need to do, as we are at the end of the first chapter, is we need to do a prize draw.
Yeah.
We need to do a prize draw. Right, so what I'm going to do, let me very quickly go into...
Let's attack now.
Hey?
I can recklessly attack things now.
Yes, you can.
Got Soul of Rest, Jack of all trades.
Oh, I like Jack of all trades.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay. So, I'll tell you what we'll do. Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to, just because I'd like to have had more people, more support. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give an incentive. I am going to roll over. I'm going to do a roll. I'm going to roll over. I'm going to do a rollover.
And we watch. Teddy bear roll.
Yeah.
I love a teddy bear roll.
Teddy bear rolls are cool, but no, I'm going to do a rollover. Okay, so what we'll do is I will not do the I'm not going to do the prize draw this time round, this particular episode, because I would like to get some I would like to give you guys an incentive to donate and to get more people to donate. So what we will do is next week I will do a prize draw, and as well as an essentials kit code for D&D Beyond, I will also, if you guys can see that, I have the tactical maps reincarnated. I have one of these. So these maps, so these are a collection of full color poster maps for the world's greatest role-playing game, which, if you weren't sure, is D&D. Yeah, so I'll throw one of those in as well to whoever wins that that draw. So please, if you're watching this now, if you are watching this on YouTube, if you happen to hear about this, share it, like it, get the word out there, and you or your friends will be in with a chance to win this as well as the D&D Beyond stuff. And there are more items to be won as well. So I also have the collector's edition Eberron book here,
Which is possibly the most beautiful collector's edition that they've released.
Here it is. Look at that. You can't quite
It's
see it because of my dynamic
absolutely
background, but
gorgeous.
that I will be giving away on a later one. Okay, so the more you donate, the more chances, the more entries in you get as well. So there you go. There's your incentive. So I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to do it next week to everyone that has donated. So where are we? We're 9:45, so I reckon we can get a little bit more in. Right, so let's move on to chapter 2. So you travel southeast. The party travels southeast, following the trail across the green fields. The grass has been tramped down. You can see, it's very clear. It's very easy to see where these guys have travelled. You can tell there were a lot of them. There were a mix of humans, kobolds, and trained reptiles from the tracks that you find. After about 15-20 miles, you come across, if I get onto the right screen, is that the right screen? That's the right screen. You come to the raiders' camp. So I just need to go into here. Whee! Cool. So what you see is a horseshoe-shaped plateau, rocky plateau. So you guys are sort of here. As you approach, you notice there is a guard tower here. Okay. And the plateau, as you look, you can see that it rises. It slowly rises from the front, from the ground level where you are, and it rises up towards the back. Now I'm going to let you guys decide what you're going to do from here. I'm not going to give you any more information just yet.
Is it possible to see this? Oh, see this up here?
See what?
This other guard tower that is.
Yeah. So as you would have approached, you can see that there is another guard tower which is up on the cliff. So
Would
you
I
can
be able to
that.
see if there's anybody else in there?
You can have a look. Did you want to do a perception for me?
Ah, yes, this is a good number to roll.
Okay. You can see several figures moving around, humanoid, in there. You can't tell whether they're kobold or human. Whereas this one here, as you approach, it's very clear that they're kobolds.
So, I've got a cultist mask.
Mm-hmm.
I can disguise myself. Let me have a look. I think do I have some kind of... no, I thought I might have a disguise kit, but I do not. Oh no, I do have a disguise kit. So, all that put together, we might look vaguely like we belong here with a panda.
Panda, get on all fours, pretend to be a pet.
I could wild check into a pet now.
What can you wild shape into?
But as we discussed on Discord the other week, at the moment, my favourite's probably going to be a goat, brown bear, dire wolf, hyena, giant spider, giant toad, or a tiger. Who wants to dress up as Joe Exotic?
Maybe a goat would be less conspicuous.
The giant goat.
Is it a giant goat?
Giant goat, yeah. So obviously I've got max CR1. Hang on, I can bring more.
Is it CR1? Is it not?
I'm sure it's
So
less.
it's because I'm circling the moon.
Oh,
it goes
you're
up.
a moon druid, ain't you?
Okay.
Yeah, so because
I have some.
max
I have some
CR1.
fine clothes if you want a hostage.
I could be an ape.
I'm still thinking that goat, giant or not, might be the least obvious.
I mean, a brown bear could be quite.
Sure.
Obvious.
I mean, it's not that different from panda. Both
By the way, I also
bears.
discussed with Pete. Every time I wild shape, I retain my white and black kind of skin.
Yeah, he keeps his panda.
Goat.
So you're
Goat.
some sort of animagus from Harry Potter.
Kind of, yeah. So I'm gonna.
Sorry.
I'll tell you what. Right, I'll tell you what, Pete.
Mm.
Can you roll a d4 for me? Ape is 1, goat is 2, brown bear is 3, and dire wolf is 4.
God.
Yeah. Tell me it's 2.
It's 2.
Thank
Be a
God.
goat.
I'm a giant goat. Let me get the stats up.
Not even. Can you even? No, you can't even see that. Can't
No.
you? No.
So
I'm the DM. Take my word for it. It's 2.
I'm gonna hand Leah the mask. I'm like, here you go.
Oh,
That'll be
fantastic.
Liam, I'm gonna get my disguise kit out, do a bit of makeup, make him look culty.
I am happy to be taken hostage.
You keep saying that, I'm still putting the makeup on.
Are you Chewbacca in it?
Yeah, very loosely told.
Yes.
And
Hey,
then
how did we do wild shaping on roll 20? Sorry, yes, aside me like a new token and shoot for a goat, or
No, we'll just. No, you are a goat.
I'll just pull the stats up.
I've got the stats here, mate.
and then I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself and become a kobold.
In fact, mate, sorry. So you're gonna become a kobold. Cool.
Yes, please.
Um,
Just for
yeah,
a bit
the
of
stats.
variety.
Liam, the stats will be in the compendium for goats and for anything in the monster manual. So
Yeah, I've pulled it up.
and anything in Volos as well, because I've got Volos in here as well. Woo. So yeah, cool, awesome. So you can do that. So you're wild shaping into a goat. Leah is wearing a cultist mask.
Excuse me, 40 foot.
I put my fine clothes on as well. Should I keep my adventuring gear on?
Finest garments.
Up to you, dude.
I feel like whatever looked most like what those people's bodies, what we saw, looked like. She said eloquently.
Just as a reminder, the cultists themselves. So you've got what you would have noticed as you were before you left is you would have had some mercenaries. And they're just in your ragtag kind of leather armor, bit of chainmail here and there, you know, they're soldiers for hire basically. You've then got your cultists who are they're a bit more uniform. They're wearing the sort of black leather armor. Again, it's not all exactly the same. It's not like a military uniform, but it would have some kind of similarity to it. So a few similar bits to it. Yeah, so that's the kind of things that you're looking at. So they weren't in fine clothes, they weren't in traveling clothes, they were wearing military garb, they were wearing armor, they were wearing, you know, they were on a raid to kill people.
We pinched enough of it that we can put that stuff on.
Yeah.
I love playing dress up.
It could just be a mercenary.
Yeah.
So are we going to pretend to go down and talk to
the
them?
mask on.
I'm not a
Go.
cultist.
You are now. For now.
Okay.
Maybe a cultist don't like it.
So
You will be a cultist and you will enjoy it.
as you are hanging around making these decisions and you're sort of chatting, and are you hiding anywhere? Are you just doing this out?
Yeah. No.
No, not in the open.
Not
Okay.
in the open.
So you've located the camp. You've kind of looked and gone, that's where it is. That's where we need to go in. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So as you're doing this, is anyone keeping watch, or are you just?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's keeping watch?
I'll keep a watch. I'd also like to know how easy does it look to climb up and down these cliffs?
Okay, so these cliffs
How far is it?
They are about 150 feet.
Oh,
So
Well.
they're almost like it's you know, you've got there's a few deserts over in America where you've got those big mesas.
yeah.
It's kind of like one of them, but shaped like a horseshoe. It's really weird.
Ah.
And they're in the
It's,
valley-ish
And they're
part.
in the valley bit, yeah.
Oh. That's put a real spanner in my plan.
I mean, you can still
You
climb
can
up
still
there.
keep watch.
Yeah, but I don't want to take all that damage when I inevitably fail.
Yeah, no, it's fair enough. I mean, that's going to be 15
ride me into battle.
d6.
The battle is not happening. This is a reconnaissance mission.
So, okay, so if you're keeping watch, can you just do let's just do a perception check for me, mate.
Perception. Oh, this is going to be awful. Good old.
Might not.
This was clicked. I mean, it's a good old +0.
Yeah, so it's whatever you get.
7.
Okay. I mean, even with that, it's not the greatest roll, but even with that, what you can see is that
Oh, pardon me.
Toby.
My word.
Sorry.
We're not hitting it anymore.
they
I'm
felt-
role playing, okay?
That's gonna,
Stealth.
yeah, that's going to be on the Richter scale. So, and someone was offended. They decided to leave just after you did that. So as you are sat there waiting, you know, and the bard's doing Sid's doing makeup and
Everything's fabulous.
Polo's trying to get into the mindset of a giant goat. You notice that that there are people coming into the camp, but they're not coming in all as one great big force. They are coming in dribs and drabs. Some of them are wounded, some of them are not wounded. And they're just wandering in. They're not really being stopped and challenged by any of the guards. Okay.
All right, let's just wander in then.
Don't think I need my mask.
Put the mask on.
Yes.
Put some fake blood on my face.
Okay.
As I'm